Yo, what's up, everybody? You're tuned into Let's Talk About It with Cha-Cha and the unstoppable Run It Back crew. Get ready for high-octane discussions, epic stories, and non-stop energy. Let's get it started.
What's up, fans, subscribers, America? You know what it is. Another episode of Let's Talk About It.
Who comes out a winner? Me. Griffin once again. Undefeated champion of the world.
Yeah. He's always in the building. So today, my Let's Talk About It is, here comes the judge? ? So this is, you all are going to like this. This happened in Louisiana. The city of Calcasieu, Louisiana. A man actually impersonated a judge. He called the sheriff's office and got an inmate's bond lowered to where he could get released, and the inmate actually got released.
What?
He had a fee, and it got reduced to getting out on his own recognizance.
Wow.
Yeah. And it took him a while to catch on to it. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. So the man's name is Adrian James Saint Romain.
Adrian James Saint Romain.
Yeah.
That's a name right there, yeah.
He faces a slew of charges, America. A slew of them.
Oh, I bet.
Including false impersonation, assisting escape, attempted simple escape, and injuring public records. Now, I don't know what that is. How do you injure public records? I'll have to dive into that on another episode.
What, do you break its ankle?
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Injuring public records. That's some old Louisiana stuff, man. It's gotta
Just
be.
trying to destroy them.
You know what? I'm gonna
You know
have
how
to.
people try to get public records and try to destroy them to where they aren't in the record anymore.
So we'll chalk it up to him falsifying. That's another form of falsifying where,
No, he probably got to the courthouse and asked to see
No, he
the
called.
records.
He called in.
Damn.
He called. That's what I'm saying. It was done over the phone. And so
Interesting.
he was arrested on Tuesday on an unrelated warrant. So he's out there doing all kind of dirt. The story as it's told, it began in April when someone called the Calcasieu Correctional Center claiming to be a local judge. They were verbally able to reduce an inmate's bond to released on his own recognizance. Like, and in America, if you don't know what release on your own recognizance is, that's basically saying, okay, we're going to let you out and we're going to trust that you're going to show up on your court date.
Right.
That's all that was. And so, but when it comes to that money, they want that money. So he had a bond, and I don't know what the bond, they didn't say specify exactly what the bond was, but he got out. So the inmate, he's 46 years old. His name is Lynn wait a minute, this is Louisiana. This is 4 syllables.
Right.
De La House. Senior. He was released on that fraudulent bond. And now check it out. It was only when De La House appeared for his court hearing on July 17th that authorities discovered the release had been granted under false pretenses. So that's the thing. When he got released on his own recognizance, he actually showed up to court, which he had to.
Yeah.
He had to, because if not, then there'd be another warrant and they would come and get him.
Yeah, of course.
And apparently he did not. I guess when he got out, he figured that, well, how would they possibly know, that if they let me out, then I'm good. The records have been changed and I'm out on my own recognizance, and that's the end of it. And that's the end of it. He had to think that. Otherwise he would have just stayed in. There. I wonder if he knew though. I wonder if he knew the plan. If he knew, or if he just happened to, when they came and said his name, De La Houssaye. Yeah, you know, get your stuff. You're out of here, huh? You know, was it like that?
Right.
Because you know, listen, America, I'm not gonna front. You know, I've been that person. I've been in 8x8 cell. It's been a while, but you know, I wasn't always who I am now. And when you hear your name called, that's the first thing you do. Yeah, what's up?
Right.
You know, whether you got a visitor or whatever, when they say grab your stuff,
grab it.
I'm out. Like I'm out of here like Vladimir last year.
Man.
And so I'm wondering if he was aware of the plan. And so like I said, he appeared in court and they arrested him on the spot. They was like, hey, they discovered that the release had been granted under false pretenses. I don't know how they figured that out on his court date. Maybe the judge had something in front of him or her, or maybe the judge when he saw the recognizance and the name, they was like, that ain't no damn judge.
Who the hell is that?
Yeah, exactly. And so he was immediately arrested and booked back into the Calcasieu Correctional Center.
Well, that's kind of fucked up though, because I'm like, man, if like on the off chance like he didn't have shit to do with it, they punish him for somebody making a mistake. That ain't on him.
Right.
Even though, of course,
It's on him.
conspiracy.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he's already out. He hasn't done anything. I mean, it happened in April. Yeah, it happened in April, and he showed up in court in July, and so that's got to count for something.
Yeah,
in my
not.
eyes. Yeah,
Well,
probably,
yeah,
probably.
yeah,
Well, let's look at the charge. Why was he even in there?
Right?
Let's take a look at that. But wait a minute, before we get to that, it says De La Houssaye is in jail on aggravated assault charges.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
So they like, oh man.
Did he assault anybody while he was out?
Hey, if he did, he didn't get caught. He didn't get caught. He got caught on his court appearance. He probably was suited down and everything. Like, I've changed my life. I'm not that guy anymore. You're going to jail.
Yeah, because I mean, I will say on like on judges and stuff like that, like there are some asshole judges out there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
But there are some good ones. My uncle, my great uncle, is the judge in Maysville for a long time. It was before he passed before I was born. But I hear, trust me, if I go back to my hometown and they ask me what my last name is, I hear all types of stories. Like I heard, like growing up as a kid, like I would walk around, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I saw your uncle. He was my judge, and you know, he told me if he gave me $20 and was like, I don't want to see you back here again because it was my first offense, and I never went back to him."
Exactly. Yeah. You have something like that acknowledge, okay, this you haven't done anything wrong. I'm gonna give you a second chance. But here's the thing about these two. They still don't know the nature of those two relationships, those two guys. They don't know, you know, and so they have to have some type of.
Buddy was locked up with a cell phone. They were on Discord. And he's like, yeah, bro. Can you help me out real quick?
Yeah. Or, you know, De La Houssaye.
Yeah.
He called a family member and was like, hey, man, what can y'all do to get me out of here, man? What can y'all do? Have y'all talked to the judge? Have y'all talked to my lawyer? Have y'all raised the money to get me out of here? Because it doesn't say how much his bond was.
Probably a lot, I would think.
Yeah, or aggravated assault. Yeah, and how many? And who knows what his criminal history is? But
yeah,
I feel like
do y'all know some scammers? Be like,
yes, that's where I was going. I'll do you one better. Hey, you know what? You just sit tight. Don't ask no questions.
I got you.
Yeah, I got you. Don't when they call your name, you just grab your stuff and be out.
Yeah.
But when you come home, be better. and just do what you're supposed to do. And so they don't know the nature of their relationship. But wait, there's more.
There's always more.
So now, Mr. Saint Romain, you think that he would, you know, and I guess they hadn't caught up with him yet.
Yeah.
They hadn't caught up with him yet. And so it's kind of like a somebody that, let's just say you had someone that robbed a bank and got $1 million, or let's say $5 million. You're like, okay, and you get away with it, and you like, you know what, this is all I need. But then they're like, let me just do one more.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is it.
This is Saint Romain. But Saint Romain was reportedly intent on continuing this alleged deception. He attempted 2 more times in July.
What? Wait. 2 more times in July
with the same guy. Yes.
Like, wait a minute. Didn't I see here last time?
Yeah, like, ain't no love in the city. Anybody saying that they a judge for De La Housse?
Right.
No, we're not doing that. We not doing that. Yeah, we not doing that. We not doing that. And so so this is how he got caught.
Yeah.
Because he's locked up now. And so it says 2 more attempts in July impersonating an effort to set another fraudulent bond on the same inmate. And that's crazy. I wonder if he used the same name. I wonder if he used the same name. Apparently he was not.
You got to be consistent.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading this, but then I'm gonna chime in with something else. But it says, however, he was unsuccessful, of course, and detectives identified Saint Romain as their suspect. Though he has been arrested. Oh, and this got deep. They brought in the U.S. Marshals.
Oh shit!
They brought in the U.S. Yeah,
you screwed.
Yeah, but yeah. Say that again.
You're screwed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Womp womp womp. Yeah, you're added there. I mean, and I think that when the reason why they brought in the U.S. Marshals because they're like this is a real serious offense, and and this is the jail workers. So now they've got to investigate like, hey, how was it just that easy for somebody to call in without credentials for you to say, okay, I'll reduce it to no recognizance? Because now they're looking at everybody. They're like, you know what? We're gonna get the U.S. Marshals involved because this is some serious stuff. And then he called. They just felt. I feel like they felt like they knew he was gonna try it again.
Right.
That's crazy.
He fits the profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like the person's gonna try to do this again.
But everything was on the phone. It was on the phone.
And see, that's probably what he did too. He probably was sitting there and be like, hey, can I call my lawyer real quick? Call him up. Hey, homie.
Yeah.
What we doing today? We're gonna try to run it back.
and see, and that's what I was saying. So even though he was arrested, the investigation is still ongoing because there's things that there's still some unanswered questions. How was it that easy for somebody to just say, yeah, I'm Judge so and so.
Yeah.
I'm Judge so and so, and I mean, does the judge even do that? Does a judge? See what I'm saying?
See, in the circuit, like if you're in a city or like in a specific area and you are a judge, like it's a fraternity. So like everybody in the court know you. Everybody, like all the judges know you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like, oh, this is a new judge, no, they know you.
I would have loved to have heard that conversation or how that went down. Because a judge calling the jailhouse, like it says that they have policies in place and have already made changes to ensure this type of situation does not happen again. I feel like they fired some people.
They did, yeah. Those people definitely got fired because, if you call a jail and you say you're a judge, the people at the jails will probably get their supervisor, and the supervisor will know who the judges are.
Yeah,
because if a judge calls a jail, they're calling a supervisor or somebody higher up.
But how often does a judge call the jail?
Not often.
And so
it kind of depends on the way that the hearing happened.
Yeah, but we're talking about he had his bond reduced. He had to call. The bond where they do the paper.
The bail bondsman.
Well, no. The area where they change the bond.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what they call that area, but he had to call that specific area for them to say, I need you to change his bond and get that submitted or whatever, change it in the system or whatever. So it's not like he was calling anyone of great importance, and so that's not his. I mean, there's got to be a process where
okay, so he did call in just to have, and it wasn't like he posed at a hearing.
No, he just called to the
He called
to the
and
jail.
got it lowered, and which I still don't understand because I still don't understand it because like no judge is going to step over another judge's ruling or what they set things at. Like if that judge has to call themselves to change anything with anybody's case.
Yeah.
Like no judge is going to
So how
overrule
did
anybody's
he
stuff.
fabricate the credentials?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I would have loved to have heard that conversation because
Unless if they were just like, oh, he sounds legit.
right. And
The
then
document looks legit.
It all checks out.
I'm worried about my job, but it's over the phone. He was like, do what I say or else, you're like, oh, yes, judge.
No, I'm gonna have to do
Oh,
that
wow.
because I'm be like, no, it says here, Judge so and so says it. You're saying you're Judge such and such. No, you gotta have him call me.
That's
I'll
crazy.
lose
The
my
math
job.
ain't math.
Yeah,
ain't
I'll
math
lose my
thing.
job over that.
Yeah, I mean, it's and they already have policies in place. I don't care if you a judge. Something does not sound
well,
right.
certainly those
like you
policies
say.
weren't very
Let me
good.
put you on hold real quick. I'm gonna put you on
Let me
hold real
find out
quick.
what's really going on.
Yeah. So okay. So now they've got the U.S. Marshal involved. Like I said, and they got him on a slew of charges. A slew. But like I said, they're investigate. They have to investigate this because, like I said, you've got to investigate the people on the inside because that was just too easy.
Yeah, because it
Right.
was like, was it orchestrated or just gross incompetence?
Both.
Yeah. So they're saying that this was an honest error that occurred due to lack of training, and we have addressed it.
Have you?
So they're not able to release any more information because of the investigation.
Is that right?
Yeah. So So I just want to notice the people. I mean, if you want to call it lack of training, call it that. But in a situation like this, where you have someone that is locked up for aggravated assault, we don't know what damage they did to the victim, and then what's their intent once they get out. And you let this man go free, and so you possibly put someone in harm's way.
Yeah.
So I understand that it's training, but there's got to be more than that to it. You have to. I honestly believe, based on the seriousness of what they did wrong, I'm not necessarily saying you have to lose your job. Maybe some type of suspension or something, or added training. They got to I'm gonna need you to go back to square one. We're gonna put you on another probationary period for an extra 30 days or what? Something.
You're getting sent to this other department for a while.
Yeah. We're gonna put you on bathroom duty.
Yeah.
Right.
No, not my old beat.
Yeah. So it says that
You gonna man the trays there for a while.
So they did not release any information in July once it was discovered due to the fact our detectives and corrections personnel were in the middle of an active investigation. Revealing details too soon could have tipped off the suspect. So it don't matter. They knew he was gonna call in anyway. That fool. We got one word for fool. You called in twice. If you're impersonating a judge and you call down there a second time and you don't get the desired results, it's a wrap. They're on to me. I'm done. And so I don't know, like I said, and they don't know the nature of their relationship. Yeah, they got cousin, dude, De La Huse. He got family out there that's got connects. Yeah, just when they call your name, get your stuff and be out. That's all it was. So to wrap this up, let me wrap this story up. And they haven't even set a bond for Saint Romain yet. His bond is not set as of Wednesday. Yeah, they
don't want to make the
They
same
don't want to make the same mistake.
Right,
No, we ain't doing that.
but look, so but of course they're going to clean it up at the end. They say I want to commend Time Crime Center for the work they did using multiple law enforcement tools and techniques to connect the dots and identify the responsible, the person responsible for this, the Saint Romain. So they're like, I mean, yeah, I get it. Yeah, clean it up. I get it. So yeah, shout out to the team. We got him. I get that. But that's all I have. I thought that would be a fun little story. Here comes the judge? ? Yeah. So once again, for the people out there, I hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, and most of all, leave us a comment. Let when you get on YouTube or Spotify. You can't leave a comment on Spotify, but on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, can you?
Oh,
you know what? Oh,
well then,
okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that because somebody, one of our fans wanted to try to leave a comment, and I could not assist. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, they have to have an account.
Oh yeah. So if you're listening, whenever you hear this, the person that I spoke with, yes, you can leave a comment. So I'm gonna get with you and we'll make that happen. But for the people out there, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and always hit that like. Any segment that you pull up, always hit that like, and then leave us a comment. We want to hear from you. What did you think of it? What else? Do you have your own personal story that you can that maybe not similar, but that you can relate to? So, do all of that, because without you, there is no us. And that's all I have.
Yeah.
And we out.
Peace.
Laters.
Deuces.